guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shannon and today we're making a really easy and fun DIY summer wreath. I got everything that you see here from Michael's. I got some faux floral hydrangeas. I also found this really cute patriotic garland, which I thought would make it really easy to make the wreath, and then some floral wire, scissors, some pliers or wire cutters, and some zip ties, which I end up using the zip ties mostly instead of the floral wire. And then of course a wreath form. The florals were actually 50% off at Michael's, which was awesome. And I ended up getting way more than I thought I was gonna need. This garland was actually $20, or you could even make it on your own if you have ribbon or pieces of burlap and just tie it to the wreath, but I kind of went the cheater method here and used the garland for the base of the wreath, and I think it actually turns out really cute. So this wreath form, I can't remember the size, it's like the larger front door wreath form, and this garland is 5.5 feet, so it fit perfectly around this large wreath form. And the first thing you're going to do is just make sure you like the positioning of the garland. And then I started out using the floral wire to secure it, and then realized that the zip ties were going to be way easier. So I end up using zip ties to pretty much secure everything on this wreath. And we just happen to have a ton of zip ties from holiday decorating left over, so I just grabbed those and used those. I'm just securing all of it to the wreath form and then cutting off the excess with scissors. There's my little assistant. I just thought that was funny that she was out there. So once I had everything secure, it actually ended up, these little loops are perfect for hanging the wreath, but you could add a ribbon to hang if your garland that you use doesn't have little loops at the end. And then I thought I would use the hydrangeas in full, but I ended up just cutting off little pieces because I thought it would be too overwhelming if I used the whole thing. And so I'm just cutting off little pieces of the hydrangeas with the wire cutter and spacing them out. I think I ended up using 9 little sections and spacing them out around the wreath. And then I'm adding the navy ones to each section, and then also the baby blue or light blue ones as well. Now that I have everything spaced out exactly how I want it, I'm gonna start securing everything to the wreath. And for this part, I used floral wire to kind of bunch them together at first. And then basically I just stick the stems through, like straight down through the wreath form. And then I kind of like pushed it up against the back. You'll see here in a second. Yeah, so once they were out the back, then I just kind of pushed them against the back and used the zip tie to go through the wreath form and kind of grab onto some of the ribbon, the stems and everything, just grab onto as much stuff as I could so it'd be really secure, and then pulled them as tight as I could so that the florals would be really secure against the wreath form. And I wanted it to also be flat so it would lay flat against the door. So I was able to do that with all of them by just trimming them as short as I could. And then if you had any excess, you could just cut it off at the end, but I kind of used the excess to allow it to lay flat against the back of the wreath form. You could use this wreath making method to make a wreath for every season. I thought this was perfect for transitioning from spring to the summer holidays like Memorial Day and 4th of July. It's just super fun and patriotic. I really love how it turned out. I'm also going to be sharing my front porch and door makeover next week, so make sure you subscribe so you can follow along. Let me know if you try making this wreath, and I'll see you in the next one.